G'day my little robins, it's me Beth and I'm back with the second upload of Monday that I promised you in my Hollywood Undead video. If you haven't already read the title, I saw 2 gigs in January of 2018. The second gig I saw was Saturday the 27th of January, which was Motionless in White at the O2 Ritz in Manchester. Now, unlike Hollywood Undead, I did not go on my own. I dragged my best friend Becky, who, like me, has been a fan of the band since high school. And I also dragged along, my best friend John, who I went to university with, who has become my go-to concert buddy because we like all the same music. Now, I'm going to preface this video before I show you, the tour footage. I did not like this gig at all. And I'm going to hold my hands up now and accept hate in the comments, but for me, Motionless in White are a much better band on the albums than they are live, which some people will be like, but Beth, they put on amazing stage shows. I didn't like it. I did not think they sounded good. No. Anyway, here's a quick review of the night. They had 2 support bands. They had Cane Hill and Ice Nine Kills. I am a massive fan of Ice Nine Kills. I have seen them live before once and they never fail to disappoint. Cane Hill, on the other hand, no. They had like a really long set list. I think they had like 10 songs. Yeah, they had a 10-song set list, and I was like, but you're not even the main band. Why the hell do you have a 10-song set list when I think Ice Nine Kills had about 6 songs, 6 or 7 songs, so quite a few less. And you could easily tell that the crowd was not feeling Cane Hill. They were trying way too hard, for audience participation, whereas Ice Nine Kills, he just spoke, and everyone was like, this is the best thing, this is the best music I've ever heard. So for me, I would have liked it if Cane Hill were on first and Ice Nine Kills, were on second. But then that leaves me to Motionless in White. I've got the set list right here. They had 16 songs on the set list, so they only had 6 songs more than Cane Hill. They had quite a few songs off, the new album, which I'm not complaining about. It's a very good album. I love Graveyard Shift. They also threw in, some classics. The redeeming quality for me, the only song, that when they played it on the set list, which you will see from some of the footage later on, is they did Abigail, and it had Spencer from Ice Nine Kills came on stage and performed alongside Chris. And it was the first time that seeing Motionless in White on stage that they actually felt like they had energy. They had to compete with Spencer, who was pretty much jumping off the walls. And Spencer redeemed it for me. My least favourite song was probably their cover of Du Hast by Rammstein. I love Rammstein. I love that song. They butchered it. Chris butchered it. And I was like, no, no, no. Also, they made us wait. Here's the problem I had with the gig. The curfew was on the ticket, 10 o'clock. And then I think it went to 10:30 and then they changed the curfew to 11 once we were inside. And I don't know if it's because, they assumed, oh, we've got 11 o'clock curfew, we can wait. No. Because on the thing, on like the little list, I think Cane Hill was on till 9 and then Motionless in White were down to come on about, I might have got that entirely wrong, I'm not going to lie. They might have been set to come on about 9:15. So there was 15 minutes, for, the crew to set up the stage for Motionless in White, and they did it. They did it in 15 minutes, and so we were waiting. We were waiting. It then went to past, and we were like, what's going on? And they didn't actually come on stage till about 20 to 10. And I was like, if 10 o'clock was their original curfew, no way, they wouldn't even be able to perform like 4 songs before they'd have to, shut it down. I hate bands, that purposely make the crowd wait because they're like, oh, we've got a late curfew, we're going to make you wait around. Beth don't do waiting, so pretty much we had to wait, I'm not going to say 40 minutes, because the crew had to set up stage, so about 25 to 30 minutes we had to wait. I might have just done the math wrong. I'm very ill. Don't come at me. Come at me. I don't give a shit. It was a really bad night. And I think that's why, after waiting, Kane Hill made us wait. They had a really long set. So by the time Motionless in White came on stage, I just wanted to pretty much be anywhere but there. But Becky, I stayed because, you know, she's a massive fan of the band, like me. She loved the gig, but then again, she stated that this was like the first proper like rock gig she'd been to. I've been to gigs with her before, but we've only seen Busted, who are like a pop band. And so she was like, oh, this was the best gig, whereas me and John were just stood there like, this is shit. Don't get me wrong, I love Motionless in White. I've loved them since, you know, high school. And I was just so disappointed that, you know, they didn't live up to my high expectations. I thought they were going to be amazing live because I'm obsessed with their music videos. I'm obsessed with their albums. They sound amazing on album, but live, they were, you know, a bit of a letdown. I still got some footage because, you know, it's what I do at these things. And, you know, it kind of kept me occupied for a few seconds. What can I say? I will never see Motionless in White live again. And I know I've only seen 2 gigs of 2018, but Motionless in White are so far leading up, you know, my #1 spot for my worst gig of 2018, whereas Hollywood Undead, they are definitely on my top gigs of 2018 list, so I really can't see anything worse than Motionless in White this year. That's just, you know, my thoughts. Other than that, Becky and I had a good night. We came back to Liverpool and got very drunk. And I mean very, very drunk, so it was a good night when it ended. It was a good night when it started. Ice 9 Kills, I love him. Kane Hill, nope. Motionless in White, double no. Here's the footage I shot.